Influencing popular culture, politics, and everything in between. The local station takes you ringside as we discuss the crazy world that is professional wrestling. This is Going Ringside with the local station.
Hello there. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Going Ringside, a packed one. So glad you could be here. Before we talk about the show, put it on the screen. Once again, give us a follow right here where we're moving all our content, youtube.com/@GoingRingside. Make sure to click that subscribe button so we can continue growing the show, bringing you the biggest names in the world. And I want to talk to you about who's on the show today. Let's pop it up on the screen if we could. Right there. That is Nixon Newell, or as you maybe knew, Tegan Nox back in her WWE days. Until just a few months ago, we're going to talk about that. A little later on in the show, we're going to talk about, if you're in Jacksonville or North Florida, the Great American Clash. We're going to have a member who used to be on the Spirit Squad, you remember, in WWE back in the day? Mike Mondo is headlining that event in Jacksonville. We're going to be talking to him in a little bit. If you are in North Florida, South Georgia, check it out. Everything you need to know about a big show coming up on July 19th. But let's start right here and bring it in. We are talking about the woman you knew until just a few months ago as Tegan Nox. But now she is going by the name Nixon Newell. On the indie scene, she was one of a number of people who were cut by WWE over the last, 6 to 8 months. But she has had a few runs there. She is a big, continually growing star. And I want to point out, I recently saw there was a list put out of the most bullied wrestler. Tegan Nox, for some reason, was near the top. A lot of women were at the top. It's kind of been a topic of why are these women getting so much hate online. It was kind of intriguing. I noticed that in the last week. The people at the top, Charlotte Flair, Nia Jax, Tegan Nox was near the top. She's had to deal with that, but now she is reinventing herself as Nixon Newell on the indie scene. So we caught up with her. So glad to talk to her. So let's get to it. Here's the woman today known as Nixon Newell, but much of the world knows her as Tegan Nox. Well, we're joined by Nixon Newell, who you knew back in the day as Tegan Nox. Nixon, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's so good to be here all the time.
Well, talk to me a little about what's going on in your world right now. You were very busy and doing a lot of indie work.
I am, yes. Well, I'm trying to be a lot more busy. It's not as busy as I want it to be right now, but I'm still trying to get back into the fling of things. I went through some stuff personally that now I'm trying to start to pick up work again to...
I want to talk about a lot of your past, but I do want to say what WWE ended at the end of last year.
November, yeah.
Is that right? Was that a shock? Were you surprised?
I wasn't surprised at all. I honestly expected it. I was shocked that it happened so late. I was expecting it a lot sooner, but it wasn't a shock.
Why do you say you were expecting it?
It was just a feeling, gut feeling. I wasn't on TV. I wasn't being used, so I just expected it to come a lot sooner than it did.
So how many years were you there? Like 4 years or so?
8 years.
Oh, it was longer than that. So you did a lot.
Yeah, I started in June 1st, 2017, and then got released just after COVID, then got picked back up by WWE again, and then did another couple years.
Favorite feuds, favorite angles?
Oh, easy, Dakota Kai.
Dakota Kai,
yeah,
really?
Mine and Dakota's storyline, I think, personally, is some of my best work. Like, the whole street fight in Portland is probably one of my favorite matches I've ever had. Like, my entire 14 years wrestling.
Why did you and Dakota gel?
I think it helped that we're such close friends. Like, she's one of my best friends anyway. So when you wrestle your friends, you kind of tend to hit them harder.
You tried to kick her harder.
Yeah, I know. It's just a thing. Like, if you're friends with someone you're wrestling, you just hit each other way harder. And I think that made it a lot more believable. And because we trusted each other, then I think that translated onto TV.
Translating beyond the physical, but the heat between the two of you, what's that dynamic like, being that there is not actual heat, but maybe, as you say, feel more comfortable hitting her harder?
I think that's the thing. I think it's because we are so close. I think we trusted each other, so there was never any hurt feelings with things that were said, and we always cleared things with each other beforehand, which was nice, just in case. But yeah, I just think it helped, honestly, being so close.
I believe Dakota went through what you went through in the last month or so. Is that right? What have you thought? I mean, a lot of people.
Honestly, I was shocked they got rid of her because she's such an incredible talent. Like, she's probably one of the best, not just female wrestlers in the world, but one of the best talents that's ever existed in wrestling, in my personal opinion. So to release someone of her caliber blew my mind. So I'm excited to see what she's going to do next because she's just going to take over wherever she goes.
So how are you physically doing? Wrestling is not an easy job on the body.
I feel about double my age.
Really?
So I feel about 60, yeah. But that's just, I've been doing this 14 years now, so all those times it's just
Is it worth it? I mean, you probably knew it going in.
It's worth it. It is worth it. Getting to meet all the fans and stuff makes it a lot worthwhile, and just seeing my nephews get to watch me a lot more frequently now on the indies instead of going home just once at Christmas. I get to go home quite frequently and they get to watch me, so that's cool.
Did you do indies before WWE?
Yeah, I did indies.
Is it a different experience for you now than it was back then?
It is. I get more money now.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. I'm not working for like $40 anymore. It's great.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a different experience because the caliber of people have also changed. Like all my friends that I wrestled with in the UK at the time have all been signed or released. Like we've all gone through the same stuff, which is cool. So now that we're all, I wouldn't say bitter. I think bitter's the wrong word. I think experienced is a better word. So we all we value ourselves a lot more.
As long as you want to go, you have a lot of years in front of you. Any dream matches, dream feuds, anyone you would ever like to face?
Yeah, so I just had one of my dream matches that I wanted against Danny Luna in the UK. I was there when she first started, and she's just an incredible talent, and I'm so happy that TNA picked her up because what a woman. I want to wrestle Dakota again. I have to wrestle Dakota again. It's not a case of wanting anymore, like it has to happen. But there's quite a few that I kind of want to tussle with. I'd like to get in there with Mercedes again.
You'd like to get at Mercedes again?
Yeah, we've had a run-in or two on SmackDown and NXT. And then Toni Storm, she's another one of my close friends that we started together in the UK. And
Have you faced her when she's been at the level she's at now?
Toni, no.
What do you think of what's happened with her in the last 3 years?
It's my favorite thing. Like the timeless Toni gimmick is probably the best thing in wrestling right now. It's so much fun, but it's a gimmick, but it's very much the Toni I've known for 14 years. Like it's her down to a T, and I love it. I think it's the best thing.
Where can people find you and follow you?
Nixon Newell on Instagram, on the Twitter. I'm real Nixon Newell because someone has Nixon Newell and they won't give it back to me. And then I'm on Twitch at Nixon Newell Official. And I stream every Monday to Friday, usually 7 p.m. until 11 Eastern Time.
Nixon Newell, thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Appreciate it.
Nixon Newell, formerly Tegan Nox. Love to hear. Keep an eye out for her on the indies or probably a lot of other places. She is still one of the big stars. I do want to move on because friend of the show, Elijah Burke, and his Love Alive charity are putting on a big event. Let's put this up on the screen. We're talking about the Great American Clash. If you were in Jacksonville, North Florida, South Georgia, come see this. Great show, July 19th. Doors open at 6 p.m. Bell time is at 7. It's at the Murray Hill Church Gymnasium at 4300 Post Street. That is in Jacksonville. The Love Alive charity are friends of the show here in Jacksonville, do a lot of great work in the area, and they always put on amazing shows, raise money for the charity. So the guy I decided to bring in and they offered up was Mike Mondo, a guy who's been a fixture on the indie scene and wrestling circuit for decades. But if you don't know him there, you probably know him from his WWE run when he was part of the Spirit Squad. Remember them? The male cheerleaders that were getting massive boos but massive push in WWE during their time. He's going to face off with DePope, Elijah Burke, it looks like, in the main event there, so you don't want to miss it. So let's get to it as we talk and preview the Great American Clash. Here's Mike Mondo. Well, we're excited to be joined now by Mike Mondo, a man who has been in wrestling forever. Mike, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Talk to me about, I want to talk to you about the Great American Clash in a minute, but talk to me a little about what's going on in your world right now. Most fans, at least all over the world, remembered you back in the day in your Spirit Squad days.
Good. Well, I've been in the wrestling business now for, this month will be 23 years, actually. Gosh, it's been such a journey from OVW to WWE and now currently here in the NWA. And I'm really enjoying my time there and really looking forward to my future there with the company. And yeah, I'm looking forward to July 19th. Actually, I've been doing Independence, obviously, throughout that time, that duration. And the Great American Clash that's coming July 19th. And it's going to be funded by, right here, I got my T-shirt.
You got your Love Alive charity T-shirt. Yes, we love the Love Alive charity here on our show, and we know Elijah, who is going to be your opponent to Pope, pretty well here. How did you get involved with this? Did you and Elijah overlap at OVW back in the day?
I mentioned before, pretty much my career started in OVW, and gosh, we're going on like almost over 2 decades ago. And I remember when I first when I came to OVW, there was an OVW trial camp, and that's how I got my in. And that's when I first met Elijah. I had about a year in the business at the time, and Elijah was brand spanking new. He's never been in a ring before in his life, and that's when I first met him. And then we both got accepted in the trial camp, and then we began our journey there with the company.
And how did the WWE call-up happen for you back in the day?
Me personally, so I was in OVW, and then I worked my way up to a WWE developmental contract. When I was 21 years old, that's when I got signed. And then by the time I was 23, that's when the Spirit Squad came about. And then from there, I moved up from the developmental onto TV full time. And that's when it pretty much all began as far as my TV run with the Spirit Squad.
Talk to me about that idea, how it was pitched to you. What did you think of it? I'd never seen anything like it before at the time.
Yeah, it's very unique, very different. For me, it was actually a blessing in disguise at the time, because I was kind of like in that little bit of a rut in my career. I kind of like got a little stagnant, and I tried a bunch of different characters, different gimmicks, and nothing was really like kind of sticking for me. And I was kind of, really trying to find myself, so to speak. But then the idea of the Spirit Squad came about, and I was like, oh man, that'd be perfect. I used to play football when I was a kid in high school, and there was always the male cheerleaders, and I was like, oh, I can kind of relate to that a little bit, and then it was a Vince McMahon idea. So if it was a Vince idea, it's going to be a good idea. And pretty much that's what it was. We got there, we got on television, and we were kind of pretty much pushed to the moon. And
what was that like, the dynamic of you're so new and Spirit Squad is in the absolute top angles, just kind of out of nowhere?
Pretty much that's really what it was, Scott. They threw us right in there, main event level, pretty much right away. We started off working with Kane and Big Show, capturing the WWE World Tag Team Championships at the night after WrestleMania 2 at the Allstate Arena in Chicago, Illinois. And then not too far after that, we're feuding with Shawn Michaels and Triple H, known as T-Generation X, main eventing arenas all around the world, overseas, well throughout the United States. And then after that, we're working with the legends. And when I say the legends, I'm talking about Roddy Piper, Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, Sergeant Slaughter, Rod Simmons, that Survivor Series match back in 2006. And I've really been blessed with a really great run and just invaluable experience that I'll carry out with me throughout my career, going forward.
As far as your career, how are you physically doing? You've been doing it so long now. Many people, the body runs down. You seem to still be in good shape.
Great shape. I'm actually feel like I'm 42 years old right now, and I honestly feel like I'm in the best shape of my life. Do my best I can to take care of myself. I hit the gym every day, practically every day, a rest day here and there. Eating every 2 hours, my diet's on point, and I really do. I feel great. I feel like really, truly, I'm in the prime of my career right now.
So let's talk about the Great American Clash. You and Elijah Burke DePope are headlining it on July 19th. Doors open at 6 p.m., 4300 Post Street in Jacksonville. This is going to be a big show for you guys, a good show.
Yeah, it is, and I'm really happy to be contributing to everything that's going on there. When he gave me the call to see if I would have a match with him, I couldn't pass that down. Last time I think we wrestled together was probably about 20 years ago at OVW. So, we kind of broke into business together, and now everything comes full circle, But why the professional me, of course, is there to win gold because he's got the heavyweight title. So I'm going to do my damnedest to take it off his waist and put it right around the waist where it belongs. My main purpose is to contribute to the Love Alive charity and to do whatever I can to contribute. And I really encourage everyone to hopefully come out and support. They do a lot of great things. It's been around for 14 years. They fed thousands of people via McDonald's and Burger King. They help the less fortunate, the homeless, shelter them, and I think it's a great thing. And when he called me and told me to see if I would, give my time, I absolutely wouldn't pass that up. So I'm really
I
excited.
want to get your perspective on these. So a lot of our viewers who don't do a lot of wrestling shows, they see big shows, huge shows on television. Talk to me about why this is fun for fans at the smaller, more intimate shows where they can get up close to you guys.
It's all about that personal connection, and it's like you're up close, you're up and personal. You get to meet the wrestlers in intermission, before and after the shows. And I think it's just that personal one-on-one experience that you get to engage. I love, that's one of my favorite things to do when I have shows is, intermission at the autograph tables and, selling my T-shirts and stuff like that. I get to have that personal one-on-one kind of engagement with the fans. And I think it's a great opportunity for the fans, because I remember when I was a kid and I would go to wrestling shows, the big thing for me was I wanted to get up, and shake the wrestlers' hands and get to ask them the questions that I always wanted to ask them. And I think it's just a really great experience. And it's moments like that for me as a kid, I never forgot. So I like to create moments and great experiences with the fans all around the world by doing things such as that.
Well, Mike Mondo, it's been a pleasure to have you on once again. That's July 19th, 6 p.m., 4300 Post Street at Murray Hill Church, Great American Clash. Good luck, Mike. Thanks for talking to us.
I really appreciate you having me on, Scott. Thank you.
So I appreciate Mike, Elijah, and the whole team over at Love Alive Charity. Great show they got coming up on the 19th. If you're in Florida, Georgia, don't miss it. And thanks to Tegan Nox, Nixon Newell, who she goes by now. Appreciate it. We will be watching her career continue to take off and may have her back on at some point down the road. And thank you for joining us for this episode of Going Ringside. We got a lot of things coming up. I'm about to announce in coming weeks. We're almost there. We'll see you here next time.
This has been Going Ringside with The Local Station, brought to you every Wednesday on your favorite podcast player, on News4 Jax Plus, as well as the News4 Jax YouTube channel.